Well, the markets have just closed, and as you can see, many of the stocks continue to make interesting moves on the markets. And today on Market Analysis, we are hosting Churchill Ogutu, who is from Genghis Capital, and he is a research analyst. Many thanks, Churchill, for joining us on Trading Bell.
Thanks a lot, Aggie.
And just to kick it off, looking at the 20-share index this week, it's actually down by 0.49%. What do you make of this?
Well, Aggie, Abby, I think that's basically market profit taking from some of the investors. What we've noticed in the bourse is it's really been characterized by retail investors. So it's just a bit of some profit-taking activities from the investors. All right.
And it's too early to say, Ogutu, but various analysts are indicating that the 20-share index might just hit the 4,000 points from the current 3,836. Is this a possibility, or it's being overly ambitious?
Yeah, it's a possibility, but I think towards the close of the year, what you've seen that after last year, after the ease of the political tension that you saw last year, we've seen that there's been a bit of some market rally of sorts in the bourse. Looking also at expectations that the interest rate capping might be reviewed. So likely, we've also seen that the banking stocks have started to be on a rally. So there's that likelihood that we'll see 4,000 mark hits.
All right. And looking at the markets, I'm seeing some interesting moves, especially with the top gainers for this week. For instance, a lot of movement really good from TransCentury, NIC Bank. And let's talk about NIC Bank. We are seeing this is the results season, and NIC has been relatively on, should I say, a modest growth outlook, depending on where you see it from.
Yes, actually, it's being the rally in the stock has also been driven by what you've seen across the banking sector. There's that optimism in the banking sector stocks. So also that has also propelled the price for NIC in the course of this week. Also, in addition, that the results are quite outstanding compared to the environment that we are looking at. So those are some of the reasons that drove the NIC Bank rally. But I think mostly it was driven by the retail investors.
All right. And looking at the top losers for this week, I'm seeing Sanlam Kenya, National Bank, Kenya Airways. And let's talk about National Bank. The stock is actually down by about 9.39%. And it has also been making headlines. We did see the Capital Markets Authority issuing some stern action around the directors. Actually, one of the largest fines that has ever been meted out on executives in corporate Kenya.
Yes, exactly. This now relates to the financials that were released in 2015, right now in 2018. So it's just showing that the capital markets regulator is quite keen on curbing against indiscipline amongst the board members, so, and also the senior managers. So that's quite a stern warning even to the listed companies to be quite keen on the results that they are issuing out in the market. So it's something that the market is punishing them, if I may put it that way. Hence the price decline in the course of the week. Looking also at the financials that were released, I mean, it's nothing good we can talk about NBK at this point. We're looking at even their liquidity ratios are below the minimum statutory requirements, which is quite not impressive. Though the bank had stated that they are looking at some liquidity injection in the next 180 days. So we'll be keen on looking at how it will pan out as we head along.
All right. And finally, still on the top losers, we're seeing Kenya Airways, and the stock is actually down 6.72%. And from where you sit, Kenya Airways has definitely been a stock worth watching out for. It has been making some interesting moves in the markets. I remember sometime last year, the stock was valued at just under 4 shillings. Right now, it's at 12 shillings. Does this signify some bullish sentiment around that stock?
Well, if you look at it, there's a bit of some restructuring in the price, whereby there was some consolidation and then some reduction of the shares. So The 12 shillings, from 4 shillings to 12 shillings may not be a better comparison to look at. But nevertheless, I'm looking at, it's still a speculative stock in nature. I mean, these minute moves week on week might not bring the whole picture of the company that is Kenya Airways. Nevertheless, we're looking at the board is quite aggressive. It's really trying to be on a rebound in its strategy. So we're likely to see in the long term some fruits being born from the efforts being laid out right now.
All right.
Yeah.
So the airline might be flying into profitable territory.
We can say that.
All right. Many thanks, Ogutu.
So.
Well, we want to take a look at Markets 101, where we try to educate you on some of the terminologies that we use actually at the exchange. Well, it's now time for my favorite segment, and that is the question on the street. Let's listen in on what this week's question was.
Hello, my name is Malina Moy. I'd like to know, what is cross-listing?
Thank you for the question. Cross-listing, in a nutshell, is whereby a stock is listed in multiple exchanges. For example, a stock could be listed in the Kenyan Stock Exchange, could be listed in the Tanzanian Exchange, and also Ugandan Exchange. Right now in the market, we have a number of stocks which have been cross-listed, and I can point out Uchumi as a stock which has been cross-listed across the East African exchanges.
Well, many thanks indeed for that answer as well, Ogutu. And it definitely goes to point out the fact that a lot of our viewers are getting to interact with us and definitely asking the right questions. Well, we want to take you to another segment, and that is the historical fact for this week. Well, that's where we wrap it up on this week's episode of the Trading Bell, and we do definitely appreciate your feedback on our platforms. Remember, you can always engage with us on our social media using @KTN News, or you can tweet me @Agina Abi. And remember to also follow us on Facebook, the Trading Bell page. Well, I leave you with the words of Tony Elumelu that say, for you to succeed in life, you have to sacrifice, be disciplined, and aggressive. From the entire team, we say bye-bye for now. See you next time on Trading Bell. Thank you, Papa.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate you coming.
Likewise.
Yeah.